Here at Madison Square Garden, Jim Cerny for BlueShirtsUnited.com with Ranger goaltender Martin Biron and your good buddy and your cohort in the Nets here getting nominated for yet another Vezina trophy. Talk a little bit about the pride that you take in the guy that you work with every day so closely, earning this honor yet again.
Well, obviously, I think I was expecting that for him. He was our MVP. He played extremely well for us all year, and like we say, it's a matter of consistency. I mean, in this game, you can't afford to have a good game, a bad game, a good game, a bad game. I mean, some goalies will go through their career like that, but the guys that are consistent, that are there every night, giving your team a chance to win, are the one that usually get far in the playoffs and are the top goalies in the league. And he's been, I think, the MVP 7 times here in a row with the Rangers. He's the guy we look for. With his work ethic, his passion, his confidence, the way he prepares, I think it just makes for another solid year for him. And the Vezina nomination is just a formality because of what he did.
It's interesting. You mentioned the phrase work ethic, and I think there are people outside of the team that just assume this guy's great. You know, it's just this natural greatness and everything, and don't see how tremendously hard he competes and works to prepare himself on a regular basis. Touch on that a little bit.
Well, I mean, when you're 25, 26 years old, you can probably get away with just your natural talent, ability, and get out there and make some unbelievable save and spectacular saves and keep your team in it. But to be able to get the maturity, the experience, the consistency, to be able to do it year after year after year like that, it all comes down to, especially when you get to be about 29, 30, you've got the maturity a little bit, you know the league, you have to put in the work. You have to have a preparation, a pattern, if you say, of how you go about doing your business. And with Benny here, we have such a pattern that we know what we're going to do when we get to the rink. We know if there's drills that he prepares us for, we know there's a reason behind them. You know, before practice, after practice, there is a kind of a circle that you have to go through, and then he brings you back all the way around the circle, and that's what makes the season successful, and that's what makes Henke the way that he is.
How do you support each other, and how do you push each other, do you think, as a goaltending tandem?
Well, I mean, you have to learn, and this is my 3rd year with him, so I think the first year I kind of was like learning a little bit of his habit, what he does in between periods, what he does on the ice during practice. Now I know him pretty well, so if I'm there for him, if he has things that he needs to talk about, kind of a bit of a therapist in a sense too. You know, like, I mean, sometimes in the plane, we sit down next to each other, we get ready to watch our video, and he wants to, just talk about the game. I let him talk. I give him my 2 cents here and there, but if he doesn't want to talk about it, we don't. I mean, that's however he wants it. But he's been great to me as well. I mean, I learned a lot from him just by watching him, by being with him every day, and I think that's helped me. But I think that relationship between goaltenders is not like any other relationship in any sport. Maybe pitcher-catcher may be the closest, so you have to be able to work off of one another, and we're doing that really well.
When he won his first Vezina trophy last year, I remember you and I spoke about it. You were watching on TV and everything, and Hank gets announced as a winner. What kind of emotions did you have because of the close relationship you have? Is there a sense of pride, or what was the word that you would use?
Yeah, I think I was really proud of what he was able to accomplish, and the way he did it, and for him to be up there on the stage and being recognized, because I think he was close many times, maybe even should have won other times. And I think to see him up there accepting the award was probably one of the highlights, if you can say, of my career in a way for somebody else, because you work so hard as a group, you work so hard with your teammate to be successful for yourself and for them, and to see that, I mean, it was just a great moment.
It's interesting. You have had the opportunity to work with a couple of the great goalies, really all time, when you look at it, because when it's said and done, Henrik's going to be on that list. but he's not the only one you've had that opportunity to work with. Dominic Hasek as well. I mean, it's a tremendous, when you look back on it one day, really a tremendous experience for you, I would think.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've worked with 3 Vezina Trophy winner with Hasek, Miller, and Hank, and I think I learned a lot from all 3 of them in different ways. I got them in different stages of their career as well. I mean, I played with Dom a couple of years. He was, then he went out to Detroit. He was a little older. I worked with Ryan as a young guy. Hank is in the middle. So at different stages and different athletes, different style of goaltending. So they've all been great. But I have to say, we talked about consistency. I think of all 3, Hank is probably the most consistent goalie that I've had to work with, just because he's brought in night out. It doesn't matter where you are, if it's back-to-back or 3 in 4, whatever. He's brought his A game all the time. So I think he's been the most consistent, and it shows in his stats and his award and what he's been able to do.
Oh, it's back to work for the Rangers tonight. It's Game 4. Rangers Caps here at the Garden. Marty, best of luck to you and the rest of the team. Thanks for a few minutes.
Thanks, Jim.